Spring is a time of renewal and growth. This is especially true for your fruit trees. They shake off winter's chill and burst back to life. This makes spring the perfect time to give them some TLC. Think of it this way, you wouldn't run a marathon without proper training. The same goes for your trees. They need the right care to produce a bumper crop of delicious fruit. During the spring, trees are waking up from their winter slumber. Their sap is flowing, and new growth is just around the corner. This makes it the ideal time to prune and fertilize. By taking care of your trees in the spring, you're setting them up for a successful and fruitful year. You are giving them the tools they need to thrive. Imagine your fruit trees as athletes. They need proper training and nutrition to perform their best. Spring care is like their training regimen. Just like an athlete needs to train their body, trees need pruning to develop strong branches. This helps them support the weight of all that delicious fruit. Fertilizing is like providing your trees with the right fuel. It gives them the nutrients they need to grow strong and healthy. Neglecting your trees is like sending an athlete to the Olympics without any training. They might still compete, but they won't reach their full potential. So, this spring, think of yourself as a coach for your fruit trees. Give them the care they need to become champions. Pruning might seem intimidating, but it's essential for healthy fruit trees. Think of it as giving your trees a haircut that promotes growth and fruit production. When you prune, you're removing dead, diseased, or crossing branches. This allows sunlight and air to reach the center of the tree, and that's vital for fruit growth. Pruning also encourages new growth. By removing old wood, you stimulate the tree to produce fresh shoots and branches. Remember, proper pruning techniques are crucial. Incorrect pruning can harm your trees instead of helping them. Don't worry, we'll cover the steps in detail later on. Just like you need a balanced diet, your trees need the right nutrients to thrive. Fertilizing provides them with these essential nutrients. Think of fertilizer as a vitamin boost for your trees. It helps them grow strong roots, develop healthy leaves, and produce abundant fruit. The best time to fertilize is in the spring, just as new growth begins. This gives the trees the energy they need to power through the growing season. There are many different types of fertilizers available. Choosing the right one depends on your soil type and the specific needs of your trees. The price of neglect: long-term consequences for your trees. Neglecting spring care might seem harmless in the short term, but over time it can lead to a variety of problems for your trees. Without proper pruning, trees can become overgrown and crowded. This blocks sunlight and airflow, creating an ideal environment for pests and diseases. Unpruned trees are also more likely to have weak branches. They can break under the weight of fruit or during storms. Skipping fertilization can weaken your trees. It makes them more susceptible to stress, pests, and diseases. They may also produce smaller and fewer fruits. Remember, neglecting your trees in the spring is like neglecting your health. It might not seem like a big deal now, but it can have serious consequences in the long run. Reaping the rewards, the benefits of proper spring care. Investing time and effort in spring care for your fruit trees comes with numerous rewards. Proper pruning helps create a strong and well-structured tree. This leads to increased fruit production and higher quality fruit. Fertilizing ensures your trees have the nutrients they need to thrive. This results in healthier trees that are more resistant to pests and diseases. Spring care also helps prevent future problems. By addressing potential issues early on, you're saving yourself time, effort, and money in the long run. But the most rewarding part? Enjoying a bountiful harvest of delicious homegrown fruit. There's nothing quite like biting into a juicy peach or apple that you've nurtured yourself. Pruning 101, a step-by-step guide for beginners. Pruning can seem daunting, but it's easier than you think. Here's a step-by-step guide to get you started. Tools you'll need. Hand pruners, also known as secateurs, for cutting branches up to 3/4 of an inch in diameter, lopping shears for branches up to 1.5 inches in diameter, and a pruning saw for larger branches. What to cut? First, dead, diseased, or damaged branches. These are easy to spot. They're often discolored, brittle, or have peeling bark. Second, water sprouts and suckers. These are fast-growing vertical shoots that don't produce fruit. They sap energy from the rest of the tree. Third, crossing or rubbing branches. These can create wounds that invite pests and diseases. Choose the weaker branch to remove. Fourth, branches growing inwards. These block sunlight and airflow to the center of the tree. The 25% rule. Never remove more than 25% of a tree's canopy in a single year. This can stress the tree and hinder its growth. Remember, when making cuts, make them clean and close to the branch collar. This is the slightly swollen area where the branch meets the trunk or another branch. Feeding your trees. A guide to fertilizers and application. Choosing the right fertilizer and applying it correctly is crucial for healthy fruit trees. Types of fertilizers. Granular fertilizers are easy to apply and release nutrients gradually. Liquid fertilizers are absorbed quickly and are a good option for quick fixes. Organic fertilizers are made from natural materials and improve soil health over time. How to choose? The best way to determine your soil's needs is to get a soil test. This will tell you which nutrients are lacking. Fertilizers have an NPK ratio that indicates the percentage of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. A balanced fertilizer like 10-10-10 is a good starting point for most fruit trees. How to apply. Fertilize in early spring just as new growth begins. Follow the instructions on the fertilizer package carefully. Over-fertilizing can be harmful. Sprinkle granular fertilizer evenly around the drip line of the tree, the area under the outermost branches. Water well after application. Beyond the basics, extra tips for healthy trees and delicious fruit. Here are some additional tips to help you achieve a bountiful harvest. Apply a 2 to 4 inch layer of mulch around the base of your trees, keeping it a few inches away from the trunk. This helps retain moisture, suppress weeds, and regulate soil temperature. Water your trees deeply and regularly, especially during dry spells. Young trees need more frequent watering than established trees. Inspect your trees regularly for signs of pests or diseases. Early detection is key to preventing widespread problems. If your tree sets too much fruit, thin it out when the fruits are small. This allows the remaining fruits to grow larger and sweeter. Different fruits have different ripeness indicators. Harvest your fruits at their peak ripeness for the best flavor. The cardinal sin: avoiding the pitfalls of overpruning. While pruning is essential, overpruning can be detrimental to your trees. Here's how to avoid it. When in doubt, prune less rather than more. You can always remove more later, but you can't reattach what you've already cut. If a tree needs extensive pruning, spread it out over several years rather than doing it all at once. The best time to prune most fruit trees is late winter or early spring, before new growth begins. However, some stone fruits like peaches and cherries are best pruned in late summer or early fall to reduce the risk of disease. A fruitful future. Invest in spring care for years of bounty. Proper spring care is an investment in the future of your fruit trees. By giving them the attention they need now, you're setting yourself up for years of bountiful harvests and healthy, thriving trees. Remember, your fruit trees are counting on you. With a little effort and care, you can enjoy the fruits of your labor for many seasons to come. Happy growing.